We have an invasion at our southern border, but the White House won't admit it. We're going to cover that here today on Speechless. Cut for time. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Speechless Cut for Time. I'm your host, Kev Phares, 22-year-old conservative college student out of Central Illinois, host of Speechless on Cities 92.9, the news and talk of Bloomington Normal and beyond. And this is my show, Cut for Time, where I cover different stories that may or may not make it on my radio show, but I want to make sure I can bring you some quick hit news that you probably won't be hearing in the mainstream media, or at least not reported this way. Everybody, we're going to get right to it, but don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, ring it to all so you don't miss a minute of this content. You know, ScrewTube tries to keep it down. Comment what you think, share it with your friends, all that good stuff. But let's get right on into it. Okay, so Karine Jeane Pierre, probably the worst White House press secretary in the history of White House press secretaries, the key epitome of a diversity hire, comes at Peter Doocy yesterday when he tries to ask a simple question regarding what the White House thinks on the border. Everybody, we're going to take a look and a listen at this clip right here. Karine Jeane Pierre, just listen to how she responds to this. It's absolutely atrocious and doesn't even let the American people know anything. And Peter Doocy out of Fox News just tries to ask her a simple question. Take a listen.
Thanks, Karine. So what do you call it here at the White House when 10,000 people illegally cross the border in a single day?
So what do you call it, Peter, when GOP puts forth a wait, no, you can't.
Karine?
I'm answering. Okay, we're going to move
You're
on.
answering
No,
a question with a question? Okay.
We're moving on.
Karine,
Moving.
please.
In the back.
You said you were stopping the flow at the border.
No. I
10,000
tried to answer, Peter.
okay.
I tried to answer the question. You stopped me. Let's go.
So that's what she does. Okay, so let's listen to that one more time. So Peter Doocy, because this comes after, we're going to listen to it, but this comes after Governor Greg Abbott has criticized the Biden administration's handling of the border, has tried to do his own things. It's been reported by Texas Governor Greg Abbott's office that he had a razor wire that was set up at the border to try to deter illegal immigrants crossing the border. However, it is rumored that the Biden administration ordered those to be cut off, for which now Abbott is reinstalling it. Obviously, the border has been under significant levels of scrutiny in terms of Biden administration policy, as many governors who are dealing with issues of illegal immigration, such as Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida, Governor Greg Abbott of Texas, have sent illegal immigrants to sanctuary cities that would otherwise not usually have to deal with that much influx of illegal immigration, such as Chicago, Martha's Vineyard, D.C. And so now, because Governor Greg Abbott calls an invasion, the White House says, oh, you can't call it that. That's just awful. It's not an invasion. It's not an invasion. So Peter Doocy tries to ask this. Once again, he tries to ask this.
Thanks, Karine. So what do you call it?
What do you
here
call
at the White House when 10,000 people illegally cross the border
10,000
in a single day?
So what do you call it, Peter, when GOP puts forth a
Whoa, it's all the Republicans' fault. Here again, what did she say?
Illegally cross the border in a single day.
So what do you call it, Peter, when GOP puts forth
this is gonna be some BS answer that just blames the opposition. I'm sorry, but you are the president of the United States, not Karine Jeane Pierre. Well, maybe she is. I mean, who knows who's actually running Biden? But President Biden is the president of the United States. Who is at fault? Is it the Republicans who only control one chamber of commerce or one chamber of Congress? They don't even control the Senate. They control one chamber of Congress, the House. Is it their fault? Or is it President Biden's and Democrats' fault for inaction? Or if anything, encouraging this? They are absolutely encouraging this. And to give you an idea visually of what they are encouraging, next to, and I think part of that clip is also included in this next clip I'm about to play. This was released, I will admit, this was released by the Republican Party, but I think it's a very good image of how Karine Jeane Pierre responds to the media when they try to question critically what Biden is doing at the border and what the White House response is to those questions. Take a look, take a listen. This is on this side. We have on the right, you can see all the images and videos of people crossing the border and what is going on our border. And on the left, obviously, Karine Jeane Pierre giving just crap answers to these questions.
How many people illegally coming into the United States is enough for President Biden.
What do you,
Well,
enough for what?
5.9 million people have been
I know.
encountered illegally.
I know the numbers, but enough
Okay.
for what?
Enough just to stop the flow.
So look, we have worked very hard. The president have worked very, very hard to implement a strategy when it comes to the border that is human.
One thing I want to point out as we're watching this too is notice the demographic of the people coming across the southern border. Obviously, okay, and when I say demographic, I'll be more specific. Obviously, many of them are Hispanic because the southern border borders a Hispanic country, Mexico. But that's not what I mean. I mean more like age and gender, everything like that.
Remain safe and has orderly enforcement. And so we have taken actions. We have taken multiple actions. But again, this happens. It ebbs and flows. That's what we see at the border for different trends, for different reasons. As it relates to Governor Abbott, we know what he has done these past couple of years while this president has been in office. He's turned this, when it comes to the border, he's turned this into a political stunt. And that's what he's done over and over again.
Thanks, Karine. So what do you call it?
What do you
White
call
House
it?
when 10,000 people illegally cross the border in a single day?
So what do you call it, Peter?
When the
GOP puts
GOP
forth wait, no, you can't.
Karine,
I'm answering. Okay, we're gonna move
You're
on.
answering
No,
a
no,
question
no,
with
no,
a
no, no,
question.
no, no,
Move
no.
on.
We're moving on. We're
Karine,
moving.
please.
In the back,
Because I
this
don't
is a
have any.
president that has taken historic action on an issue, on a system that has been broken for some time.
Historic action, she says. Historic action. He has taken historic action. Well, what is that? What has Biden done at the border? Exactly. What is his position on securing our border? Should it even be secured? I'd argue he believes in an open border policy, period. And what is a country that has an open border? I'm telling you, it's not a country. And it seems as though we must have an open border. According to Fox News, actually just dumped today, there was 232,972 migrant encounters at the southern border in August of this year. Customs and Border Protection announced today, Friday afternoon. That is an increase from 204,000 encounters in August 2022. So it's up 30,000. It is the highest number of monthly encounters seen this year. From my understanding, it is the highest number of monthly encounters for an August on record. This is insane. We are breaking records here and not in a good way. I remember under President Trump, we had some of the lowest number of migrant encounters. Redder means a lot. When you say, come here, we'll save you, man, it's open season. And we don't have the resources. You want to know how I don't have we don't have the resources, how I know that? Because when we send them up to Chicago, a sanctuary city, or we send them to New York, or we send them to Martha's Vineyard or DC, those mayors and those governments say, we can't do this. We can't do this. We signed up for it, but we can't do it. So what are we going to do about the southern border? What is your plan, President Biden? Does anybody know? Prior to this, 10,000 illegal immigrants a day coming across our border on average, Republicans were pretty supportive of legal immigration reform. Legal immigration reform. Vetting processes, speeding up the process, making sure that we are taking people that are going to contribute positively to the economy, to American society, etc. But now, myself and many that I know that used to be very, very supportive of that have begun to shift. You want to know why? Because of the influx of illegal immigrants that we have coming over here. We need to get a handle on the number of illegal immigrants in this country before we keep taking more illegally worldwide. And it's sad to say that. I'd love to be able to bring more people into the amazing melting pot we call America. Legally and safely, but that is not what we have being encouraged from our White House right now. Also, this is what I was talking about when I was mentioning the demographics of the people in that video I showed. Why do so many of them? Why are so many of them? And I'll pull it back up here for a second. But why are so many of them military-aged males? If you watch it, they are. If you really try to take note and everything, I'm going to turn off the volume for it, but bring it back on screen while I talk. Many of them are military-aged males. Look. If you look there, you'll see them. It's military-aged males. So why is it called an invasion? Because remember, Democrats always want to say, well, Trump kept kids in cages. Trump kept kids in cages. They want to say, look, military-aged males. That's what so many of them are. Look, I'd be open to creating some level of refuge for unaccompanied children due to what we know as a high level of human trafficking coming across our southern border. So I'd be open to having some level of refuge for unaccompanied children and even mothers that if you take a DNA test to prove that it's your mother and you're not somebody trafficking that child, I'd be open to taking those as refuge. But a significant number of military working aged males, obviously able-bodied as well, coming into this country illegally, it's really, really absurd to me that we have a president and an entire party that is enabling this. I'll admit I don't have the statistics on the demographics either, but it seems really odd that we have a significant number of what looks to be military-aged males coming through our southern border right now. It just seems fishy. Of course, we know that the border is rife with human trafficking, drug trafficking, and criminal behavior. And Trump is right when he said they aren't sending their best and something has to be done. I feel like I hear it at least once a month on the news of an illegal immigrant, usually military-aged male, who murders, rapes, or otherwise commits crimes against people, and then there's a manhunt for him. What is the process? Are we deporting those people right now? I don't know. I don't know everything. I don't know everything that's going on. But it seems like this current administration loves to ignore the invasion happening at our southern border. And I'd like to be clear. This is not about race. Period. Every lefty tries to come after every right-wing pundit. I hate saying right-wing too. Every person, right-leaning pundit that talks about the southern border. It is not about race. It could be a bunch of Frenchmen, but their actions, it could be French, it could be Italian, it could be Europeans, it could be Hispanics, it could be literally anybody from anywhere. But if they're coming through our southern border and doing the things that we know, human trafficking, drug trafficking, arms trafficking, etc., committing the actions that many of these illegal immigrants are, I would have a problem with it. It is not about race, period. But what it seems like is this administration, President Biden, loves to ignore the problems we have at our southern border, doesn't care about what's going on in this country, would much rather send $6 billion to Iran or Ukraine. And I guess it's just another mess that the next president is going to have to clean up. Everybody, stay hungry and get ready to vote, because we got to vote this president out. We got to secure our southern border. God bless you. God bless America. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and ring that notification bell. Hit it to all. Get me to 1,000 subscribers. Keep getting these messages out there. We're almost there, everybody. God bless you. God bless America. Until next time, this has been Speechless. Cut for time.